Why I think SEO is dead. I'm Dr. Laurence Tham from Drive Your Practice. I want to say a lot of people are asking about what is the best way to get my websites up and higher in terms of ranking. Well, I'm not Google, so I can't really tell you exactly how the algorithm works, but the SEO game from a lot of entrepreneurial friends have said basically SEO game is kind of dead. It's something that it's very hard to win and it's a game that you don't want to play in. Simply because that SEO game is a very tactical game, and a lot of times people spend a lot of money trying to gamify Google. And let's face it, what's the best way for Google to give you better ranking? Well, think about what Google's intention is. Google's intention is to give their clients, which is people like you searching, or your patients searching for the most relevant content, which means that when they search for a chiropractor and whatever the problem is or whatever they're trying to do, they want to give the best website that's going to give them the best results. So how do you actually try to do it yourself, or how do you gamify this? Well, it's very difficult from an SEO perspective, but I will say that one of the things that you could do to help you really gain your ranking is to develop your own content and constantly be consistent in the content when you're actually delivering onto your website. So what I mean by this is that you have every opportunity in your website not to have a static website, which means that it stays exactly the same, nothing changes. What you want to do is, that Google wants to see, is that it's constantly changing, constantly updating. So which means that you need to, guess what? Do videos. Number 2, or you can do blogs if you write better. Or number 3, do some podcast or something to kind of add value to your clients. Because Google wants to see change, and Google wants to see relevant information on topics that your clientele wants to look for and search for. That's how you get better rankings, just by you doing your own content. Now, some of you might say, well, listen, 2012, it was just great to, back 5 years ago, it was about just creating a website. Well, yeah, but 2017 is about creating an authority. That's how you win this game. To win this game for your clients, or to be an authority in your marketplace, is the strategy to help you become the expert in your space. Now, here's the thing about how you do it. You either, like I said already, you blog, you do videos, or you do podcasts. Those are the 3 main things. If you're great on camera, if you can actually talk and be okay on the camera, then go do videos. If you're not comfortable on a camera, then write a blog. Utilize your intelligence to kind of create something creative from a written form. Now, you might want to do those 2 things at all, and you said, you know what, I got a voice for radio, so therefore go do a podcast. Either way, it doesn't matter. I would say use all 3. I've done all 3, which has helped regards to building an authority, because you need to kind of be seen everywhere. So one of the things is that's so important. The 3 main things that stop people from doing is, you know what, I don't want to do it. Well, you don't have to do it at all, but don't complain, right, that people can't find you. Don't complain that, people can't search my Google rankings lower down, because you're not providing any value to anybody else in the world. So therefore, if you're not producing content, no one knows about you, no one cares about your thoughts, because you actually haven't created any thoughts or published any thoughts of your own, which means that you can't complain about it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is people says, I don't know how. Well, learn. Like anything else, you got to learn. You got to really go out there and actually start to write. If you want to become a better writer, write. Do you want to do better videos? Do more videos. I've been doing close to 450 to 500 podcast episodes over the last 6 years. Well, wasn't great at it. I still don't think I'm great at it. At the end of the day, is that over these years, I've developed getting better and better at the skills. Even videos. My videos were shocking from 8-10 years ago. However, I think I hope that you feel the same way, that I've gotten better over the years. Now, it's not just the technology, but it's actually the execution of what to say on the video and how to say it. This particular video right now, I'm being able to shoot it in one take without any notes. Well, simply because I've been doing it enough that I have, I still screw up. But the thing is that I believe in myself a little bit more, and I trust that I'm okay with making mistakes on camera. Where at the beginning, maybe 7 years ago, I wasn't trusting to make mistakes, and I always had to do multiple takes. So the key is, it's just practice, 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 and you got to go and learn. The 3rd thing is, why should I, right? That's the 3rd excuse of why not to do, creating content out there. Well, why is because if you don't want to become irrelevant, that's why. Because in today's age, you can't just put up a sign and expect, and just because you have a degree in the wall in your office, that people are just going to come because you're a chiropractor. Let's face it, people need to know what you stand for. There are dozens of chiropractors in your community right now. In the suburb close to me, there's about 25 chiropractors in one location, one postcode. So what does that mean? He goes, well, how does anybody know you or pick you over the other 22 people? Well, the only way to do that is because you got to get known. You got to get known by not trying to get to appeal to everyone, just appeal to your tribe. But you have to have, in order to have a tribe, you have to stand for something, which means that you have to, be relevant to your tribe. They have to know you, trust you, and like you. And the only way they know you, trust you, and like you is that you have to develop content that matters to your tribe. So that's my advice for you in today's 2017 model. To get your audience, to speak to your tribe, you need to be an expert and an authority. And one of the best ways you can do that to raise your ranking on your website is, number one, is blog, do videos, or podcasts. I'm Dr. Laurence Tham from Drive Your Practice. Go to driveyourpractice.com. I hope that you get value from this video, and share this video with anybody else you think that needs to hear this message. And go to driveyourpractice.com. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.